We're at the 2018 SEMA show. I've got my friend EJ Fitzgerald here with me. He built this 1940 Dodge pickup truck in the E3 booth. Man, this thing is just wild. The flat white is pretty cool looking. Tell us what all you did to it.
Well, it was a farm truck, got dropped off by a friend of mine who didn't have space. Wife fell in love with it. Ended up coming across the 440 big block out of a old Winnebago Brave hamper about a year and a half later. And that's when we decided we were gonna turn it into a street machine.
There wasn't a whole lot of rubber on this truck to begin with, but you don't want that rattling. You want to protect what you've got, your interior. So there's a lot of universal stuff that we've helped put on this truck. What kind of products did you use?
Well, we used all of the rattle strip and the felts, everything for around the door to keep this from rattling, windows from rattling. As you know, back then, all this mechanism in here, this is all metal.
Right, yeah.
And these glass, the double pane glass is very sensitive, so you gotta have something decent. Otherwise, these things just shatter. You guys actually had all of the door stops and everything for a 1940 Dodge, believe it or not, which is crazy. And then this particular cab came with a much smaller window than it generally would have had. So I was able to go through your universal line and find one that actually had the profile we needed to set that window in.
That's awesome. And I think I see some of the body mounts underneath by the frame, because I can actually see the frame.
Yeah, all the body mounts are for the bed are done in the back, as well as every metal strip on here to isolate from the plastic, the plexiglass. To keep that isolated from the metal is all your universal strips.
Oh, that's smart.
So all of those plastic pieces are floats, they don't break.
That's sweet. And I tell you, I think it really came together really nicely. I mean, even though it's universal stuff, it's very clean. Looks like it should have came on there.
Right. Well, and the fact that even this front, this actually a crank out front window.
Oh wow, I see.
So this strip that you guys made, which is actually a part that you carry for this particular truck, and that just snapped right in. I mean, this piece of metal is 60-some years old, so
yeah,
78 years old.
Yeah, getting there.
So that's amazing. And then we always use your guys' stuff on the hoods, so you can see all of that. These hoods are always super thin back then, and like I said, this truck went 26, 30 miles an hour.
Right.
So being able to have something to isolate and protect our paint up under here and keep that rattle down is actually really nice. So
yeah, that'll be good.
And you're not gonna find stuff like that anywhere else. So
a lot of guys, they're out there and they're building their car. What's maybe a piece of advice that you would have for someone who's doing a build in their garage?
I think just don't be afraid to break something. You can always weld it back together. You can always repaint it. I know a lot of the people I've worked with, the people that we've had in the shop helping out a lot, they get really worried that they're gonna break something. They don't want to cut something, or they don't want to,
Right.
Everything can be fixed. So use your imagination and do what you want to do.
That's really cool. Well, I really appreciate you, getting with us on this build. I'm glad we could find something for you.
I really appreciate it.
And congratulations on getting selected for that.
If it wasn't for your guys' universal parts, man, this thing wouldn't be where it is right now.
Well, we're glad we could help.
Definitely.
Thank you.